Did you know that for this movie, the directors were so impressed by Alicia Weir's dancing that they added more dance sequences to the film? Abigail is a vampire horror movie that came out last year that I don't remember why I didn't get a chance to see in theaters, but I saw it shortly after because I heard it was an interesting take on the vampire genre. Gave us some good stories, some good acting, lots of blood, lots of classic vampire tropes, and an overall a fun horror movie experience. So I checked it out, and I would have to agree with most people that it was a pretty fun movie. I have a lot of good things I have to say about this movie. There's only one thing I didn't like, but I'll save that for the end. First thing I liked, and I think the strongest part of this movie, was the concept and the inspiration. So the concept, it's been done in cinema before. I always blank on the term. I think it's called the interconnected plot is what this movie is kind of centered on, kind of anchored on, where we have all these multiple characters, but they all have relationship of some kind to the main character of the story, and they're all connected in some way, shape, or form to one common theme. I believe that is called the interconnected plot, which there are a few movies out there that do that, but I don't think it's a very common storyline approach. I actually wish it was more of a common storyline approach because I think it's a really strong storytelling device. This kind of storytelling that I really am hoping maybe the future of Hollywood has more of these movies like this, or I'm just not aware of these type of movies and they're still being made in a good amount of quantity today. But just having all these different strange people with all these different skill sets together in this huge mansion guarding this girl that they kidnapped, and they don't exactly know why. Like, there's a lot of mysteriousness behind it. There's a lot of ominous presence, and just how it starts evolving and just turns into a full-blown nightmare.
A ballerina vampire.
And then the inspirations, I really did like that we get introduced to Dracula's daughter. I can't think of any other Dracula movie out there that's ever been made other than Hotel Transylvania that even features Dracula's daughter. I know this movie took inspiration from the 1936 movie Dracula's Daughter. I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it. That's what I read. But there's also just other classic inspirations, vampire tropes that you see. The lore of Dracula can be really explored and really expanded because mainly most of the time people just focus on Dracula himself. They don't focus on anything else. I mean, there really isn't a whole lot of other things to explore other than Dracula's bride and Dracula's kid. That's it. But this movie is different because it kind of breaks the mold of the vampire genre, and it focuses on the daughter. Second thing I liked, the performances. The biggest performance that most people really paid attention to was actress Alicia Weir, who played Abigail. She's got a bright future ahead. If she's ever cast in anything in the future, maybe if they do a sequel to Abigail or maybe a prequel, which they could. There's actually a lot of latitude they can use with this concept, actually, which I'm really hoping they do. She did a phenomenal job. I mean, so convincing, so innocent, yet like she's the wolf in sheep's clothing. She always knows when to turn on the childlike just innocence, and she can turn it on like on and off like a light switch. I mean, it's so good. You know, then when she finally is caught and she knows she can't hide behind little innocent little girl act anymore, then we get to see really her acting display there too, where the dancing is impressive. I mean, I don't know how old she was in this movie. She's pretty young, and she's impressive. She was so good, and I love that they did add the extra dancing scenes because she really has an immense amount of talent. Just how creepy she is. I mean, there's some really creepy moments for her in this, and she took it all, and she went all in on this role, and it really delivered a solid performance. I'd say the only thing I didn't like about this movie was the pacing slowed down in the middle. It did a good job introducing everybody, but I felt like in the middle of the movie there was a whole lot of nothing going on. There wasn't anything being developed. I just felt like they were kind of filling in the spaces before it ramped up again. I think they could have cut like 15 minutes out of this movie and it would have been really solid hour and a half. Just some 15 minutes in the middle, they could just cut that out and it would have been a lot better and the pacing would have been better. But that's my only complaint about this movie. If you haven't seen Abigail, I highly recommend it. It's a really great movie. It's on Peacock, and I don't know if there's any other streaming services it's on. So for Abigail, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 Mudflaps. And remember, leave me a thumbs up and drop in the comments below. What's your favorite vampire movie? See you soon.